guys, and welcome to PlayStation Access. My name is Holly, and I've brought back my sort of special member of PlayStation Access. Brian, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be back.
So we did a little video like this last time. We got some footage, and we were talking over the top of it. You told us some things about development, about what was happening, and I thought, you know what, let's do it again.
Yeah.
It did so well.
Of course, let's do it. Let's do it.
So this time we're going to have a little chat about what we're seeing. Plus, I've got some of the comments from the last video that I just wanted to chat to you. But I mean, this has got to be one. What is this?
Yeah. So I mean, what you're power. So one thing we really, we talked a lot about, being very true to the DNA of the character, but we also wanted to. So, gadgets were a big focus for us, but we thought, could we do something special with the suits? So we came up with this idea for suit power. So the majority of our suits actually come with these extra special, basically a big power-up move that you can do. And you're going to see a bunch of different ones. You saw the Scarlet Spider, you saw the Spider Punk, and there's
Spider-Punk.
Oh god, so the guitar riff, it's so fantastic. That's so Insomniac, it just fits Insomniac so well.
And with those, that power is specific to each suit, but then you've got the loadout then to make each suit.
Yeah, so what's cool is that you unlock that power with the Spider-Punk suit, but let's say if you really like the advanced suit, which you're seeing right now, but you want the guitar riff power, you can actually apply it to that suit. So you can mix and match, you can look the way you want and play the way you want. So, it's funny, people always say what's it like working in Marvel? Do they let you kind of do things? They were like, go for it. That makes the game better. And it was pretty awesome they let us do that kind of stuff. So, to me, it was the perfect kind of example of a Marvel game, a Spider-Man game meeting Insomniac games and coming together. So it's really cool to see.
It's good because actually we did have some comments on the last video. People like, oh, I think I'm going to get my favorite suit and that's going to be the one I want to wear. So great, they can.
So you can totally and I really want to emphasize that you can look the way you want and you can play the way you want. It was very, very important for us to be the Spider-Man that you want to be.
A couple of people mentioned about turning things off on the HUD. They wanted it quite clean because that's how they like to play. Can you customize?
We will have customizable HUD. Yes, we will.
So you can turn off bits that you don't want. That's quite good.
Yep.
Also, now the last time we made this video, it was from early footage in the game, as in the first couple of hours. But there's a couple of questions about difficulty and about AI as well.
So, we have multiple difficulties. So we have, they're actually named Of course, we gotta do that.
Do you need to do all difficulties to get the platinum?
No, you don't. I confirm you do not. I confirm because somebody who, by the name of Greg Miller, asked me that from Kind of Funny.
It's always Greg.
And you do not have to get that. But the thing is, there's a lot of. Spider-Man's such a popular character, and everybody loves him, and we want to make it so as many people can play as want. So if you want to just really experience the story and just have fun being Spider-Man, feel free to play on the easier, is it easier difficulty? Is it okay to say that? I guess, yeah, it's fine, easier difficulty. But if you want a challenge, you really want to be pushed to the core, go for it. And go on the harder difficulties. We have that flexibility, and then difficulty. The AI will be adjusted. They'll do more damage. So. Definitely, like we said, the last video was the very beginning of the game. We're still putting you through the paces of training, but then as the game goes on, you're gonna face some pretty hardcore guys. You're gonna have all these different enemy types from the inner demons pop up. You're gonna have, you saw some of the prisoners during the Rikers breakout, and possibly some other guys. So you're gonna see it's gonna be a heavy-duty challenge.
Now, this came up in our last video. You said there's no day-night cycle as such. I just want to go over sort of why you guys have not got that, because we are seeing the city at different times.
Yeah, you definitely see the game at multiple times a day. As you see. Oh my God! Talk about that timing and that quote. I think you've seen this before.
You haven't. This is great.
But I think from a narrative standpoint, time of day does a lot to help communicate tone, how the player. So we wanted to be very directed with that with this game. That being said, when you do research station and change it to any time of day that you want. So even though the first time playing through the main story, we are essentially locking you into a certain time of day, which we have multiple time of day and weather. Once you finish the main campaign, we let you kind of do what you want and play it how you want it to be.
People were asking about the end game. So once you have completed the main story, the city just available for you to then go around and just clear it.
Yeah, you can. One thing is, a lot of people asked us about hey, can I still fight crime? Will still crimes? Yeah, we still want it to be an active world. I mean, just because you've saved the day doesn't mean that bad guys don't stop being bad guys. So we definitely want to make sure that players can max out their character. They can keep unlocked. If they have side missions available to them, like let's just say you did, I don't know, a half of the research stations and you finish the main story. You can continue playing through and finish those research stations or the Black Cat stakeouts or all the bases. Here's
MJ footage.
Yeah, so my God, it's funny.
Finally,
It's funny. For me, I've
footage.
seen it so many times, but one thing we wanted to do was we wanted her to be a much more capable contributor to the story and a very active participant. And we said, she has to be playable at that point. And it was definitely a big ask for the team to create basically another playable character. And what you saw there, that's a mission that happens at Grand Central Station where she's doing some investigative work. The inner demons show up, and her and Spidey actually work together to take them down. So basically, what you do is you use this lore that Spider-Man gives her earlier in the game, and you can actually manipulate the guys around the environment. And then if they're in a spot where they won't be seen, you can call Spider-Man to come down and basically take them out. So it's definitely one of the moments where they're working together. So it's a really fun level, and there's a really awesome boss fight on a train after that.
Now, someone did ask, could you walk around as Peter?
You can walk around as Peter. So we basically have missions in the main story that you play as Peter. Sometimes that's work, sometimes that's as Feast. When you're in those missions, you can walk around that area anyway as Peter as much as you want and explore. Like there's a lot of things to look at the lab. In Feast, you can go check out Aunt May's office and all that kind of stuff in there. But in terms of walking around the city, you can't walk around as Pete. There may be some other surprises where you may be seeing things actually on street level.
So this is some of the weather we were talking about, just to set that tone. That's the tone.
Exactly. So this is actually this is a little bit spoiler, so cover your ears for a second. This is actually near the beginning of the second act.
Okay.
Something has happened, and we did we wanted to communicate a certain tone of what had transpired at the end of Act 1, and when you see what happens previous to this mission right here, you'll understand why we chose that time of day and that weather.
So these are some of the the inventions that we're seeing.
So what you're seeing is this is now what's interesting previously to that thing was that was a mission where the player in the footage was using stealth. You could have just gone in there, webs blazing if you wanted to, but we give you, in most of our situations with stealth, we give you an opportunity to play how you want to play. So if you want to go stealthily and take them out cleverly, go for it. But if you're like, listen, I just want to go in there with all my gadgets and do some cool stuff, go for it. And we talked about harder enemies. Well, welcome to Silver Sable and her crew. They are really going to put you to the test. Like you will see, they will be. It is. You think the inner demons are tough.
This is
Wait till, and the thing with her and her crew is that it's a good example of the stakes being raised as the game goes on, and the story in Spider-Man really being pushed throughout the experience.
So can you customize the suits and the equipment that you're taking with you on the fly, so mid-mission, or do you need to go somewhere?
So you basically, we have a gadget wheel, so you can pretty much change the gadgets on the fly. You basically hold L1 and it kind of slows things down for a second, so you can kind of mix and match. So if you want to do a tripwire, then impact web, and then something we haven't announced yet, you can totally do it.
And you carry them all at once.
Yep.
It's not like there's a certain loadout.
No, we talked about it early on about having loadouts for the gadgets, but we're we're Insomniac. We just want to give everybody a chance to goof around and have a lot of fun with it. I know.
Spider-Punk's amazing. Awesome. Actually, this is another question we had in the previous video was, then in the cutscenes, are you wearing the suit that you're wearing?
Yes.
It looks like, yes,
100%.
you are. Whatever you've picked.
That was all our cinematics are done in real time, and no matter whatever suit you're wearing, at that time, that will be showing up in the cinematic.
Well, there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you do, hit that notification bell so you always know when we've got new videos.
For the players.